Yordenis Ugás is the only boxer who has defeated Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. Very proud. This is history, said the Cuban fighter. A fan sent Yordenis Ugás an intriguing image created with artificial intelligence. IT highlighted a fact that few knew. The Cuban is the only boxer in the world who has defeated both Terence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. Western Union. The boxer himself shared the photo on his profile and wrote, "Very proud. This is history. An unparalleled feat." In 2007, during the first Pan-American qualifier in Barquisimeto, Venezuela, Ugás defeated a very young Terence Crawford in the semifinals, with a score of 27-10 under the computerized scoring system of the time. That victory was no coincidence. Ugás was already one of the most prominent figures in amateur boxing, with titles such as the IBO World Champion in 2005, gold in the 2007 Pan American Games, and later, an Olympic bronze medal in Beijing 2008. 14 years later, now in professional boxing, he faced the legendary Manny Pacquiao on August 21st, 2021 in Las Vegas. That night, the 35-year-old Cuban shone with technical, intelligent, and devastating counterpunching. Western Union. With scores of 116-112, 116-112, and 115-113, Ugás defeated the Filipino by unanimous decision and retained the Super Championship title in the welterweight division of the World Boxing Association, WBA. Thank you to Manny Pacquiao for giving me the opportunity to share the ring with him. He remains one of the greatest fighters in history, he expressed, excited after his victory. An exclusive record. The data confirms the uniqueness of the achievement. In his professional career, Pacquiao lost to 8 opponents. Rustico Torrecampo, Medgon Singcharat, Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, Timothy Bradley, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Jeff Horn, and Yordenis Ugás. However, none of those other 7 managed to defeat Terence Crawford, not even in his amateur stage. The most evident contrast is Jeff Horn, who after defeating Pacquiao in 2017, fell flat against Crawford a year later by TKO. This makes Ugás the only one who has managed to defeat both the American in the amateur arena and the Filipino in the professional elite. Crawford versus Canelo. The name Ugás is making headlines again in the sports world because Terence Crawford has just defeated Saul Canelo Alvarez at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. With a masterful performance, the American fighter won by unanimous decision, 116-112, 115-113, 115-113, becoming the undisputed champion in 3 divisions and maintaining his undefeated record. The comparison is inevitable. The man who has just made history by defeating Canelo also experienced defeat during his amateur career against a Cuban who, years later, would knock down the Filipino legend Manny Pacquiao in the professional arena. Cuban pride in exile. For Yordenis Ugás, exiled like many Cuban athletes, this achievement goes beyond the personal. It is a symbol of what Cuba could have achieved with a sports system free from political constraints. Western Union. While Crawford remains undefeated in professionalism and Pacquiao retired as one of the greatest of all time, Ugás stands in history as the only one capable of defeating both at 2 different stages of boxing. This is history, wrote the boxer himself. And he is not mistaken. No other fighter in the world shares that honor. Frequently asked questions about Yordenis Ugás and his boxing career. Why is Yordenis Ugás a unique boxer in the history of boxing? Yordenis Ugás is the only boxer who has defeated both Terence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. He defeated Crawford in 2007 during his amateur career and Pacquiao in 2021 in the professional realm, placing him in an exclusive position in the boxing world. How did Yordenis Ugás manage to defeat Terence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao? Ugás defeated a young Terence Crawford in 2007 during the first Pan-American qualifier in Barquisimeto, Venezuela. In 2021, he won against Manny Pacquiao by unanimous decision in a professional fight held in Las Vegas, standing out for his technique and intelligent counterattacks. What impact did Yordenis Ugás' victory over Manny Pacquiao have on his career? The victory over Manny Pacquiao was one of the most memorable moments in Ugás' career, as it allowed him to retain the Super Championship title of the World Boxing Association, WBA. This triumph established Ugás as one of the greats of Cuban boxing in exile and earned him a prominent place in the history of the sport. Does Yordenis Ugás' success in boxing symbolize for him as a Cuban exile? For Ugás, his success in boxing is more than a personal achievement. It is a symbol of what Cuba could have achieved with a sports system free from political restrictions. His story represents the talent and determination of Cuban athletes who seek freedom and opportunities outside the island.